Hey guys, so we have the data download for the new units, and once again, it looks like DBZ Space is running a little bit slow, so we're going to go ahead and do the breakdown video actually in-game this time. So, I think the character list should have updated by now. It's about 40 minutes away from the banner going live. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, there's an EX Kakunsa coming out alongside the three dogs, so we're going to go ahead and go over her first. Just going to pump her up to max stats so we can have a decent shot at determining if she has good stats or not, and she does not. I can tell you right now, she does not have the best stats. Defenses are okay. She has a defense type, which is interesting. Okay. Holds a strike, holds a blast, transforming warrior, female warrior, rival universe, universe 2, makes sense. Strike bleed, so 50% chance to inflict bleed with that. Blue card is deals major slice damage, reduces enemy key by 50. And 100% chance to inflict strong bleed. Green card is Lovely Pose. 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts. That's actually pretty good to all allies. That's actually quite good already. Reduces next damage sustained by 20%. So yeah, that's actually not a bad green card at all. Okay, so her kit, her main ability is Wild Love. 50% to strike damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. Gradually restores ally health each timer count for 30 counts. And inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 art card drops by 15. Or for 15 counts. It's not bad, but it's not good. I don't know how else to say that. Then her Z ability is 35% to rival universe or female warrior strike and blast defense. So we got a double defense buffer for rival universe, which is going to be pretty important, I assume, moving forward. And female warrior is always getting buffs for that tag is always good. So, okay, here we go with the uniques. Magnificent Huntress is the first one. Applies the following effects to self when this card enters the battlefield. 40% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, then reduces damage received by 30%. It's actually not bad. It's not exceptional. It's very vanilla, but it's actually not bad. Primal Instincts randomly destroys one enemy card when changing cover, and draw a special art card next when activates twice. She's okay. Nothing insane. Her stats are just low, and I don't know. Nothing too crazy going on with her, so she's not necessary for any team, really. Alright, let's start with Lavender, and then we'll go into Basil, and then we'll go into Bergamo. So let's just see what his stats are. He is a range type, so here are the stats. They're actually not bad, but they're not amazing, but they're not bad. A lot of critical, actually. He holds double blast. That's it. Arts, regular strike, regular blast. Venom Sniper is the blue card. Deals major explode damage. Inflicts enemy that should be downgraded. Plus 15% of blast damage received for 15 timer counts. And then 100% chance to inflict strong poison. Okay, yeah, we know this guy is going to be working... well, his kit is going to be based a lot off of poison. We know that from the Twitter preview yesterday. Poison blows the green card, plus 20% of damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, 100% chance to inflict strong poison upon landing a strike or blast arts hit, and then cancels enemies' buff effects. That's actually a really good green card. Okay, because like just the 20% damage inflicted buff by itself is already like okay. Then you have a 100% chance to inflict bleed or poison, strong poison with the strike or blast cards, blast arts. Like that would have been fine. But then on top of that, you're also canceling the buffs. That's very good. And then main ability is the Poison Blow Lavender. Draw a special move arts card next to restore zone key by 30. So you're drawing a blue card and you're getting 30 key. 30% of blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. 50% of damage inflicted against enemies inflicted with poison or strong poison for 60 counts. It's quite a long time. This might be one of those main abilities that you just try and pop like as soon as you're able to use it, just so that you can get that rolling as soon as possible. It's actually a really good main ability because think about it. You're getting a blue card, you're getting 80% blast damage and then 50% all other damage, and you're getting enough key. Well, you're not getting enough key to use the special move immediately, but assuming you have 20 key when you use the main, you're gonna have enough. So that's pretty good. Assume rival universe buff. Oh. Episode Universe Survival Saga. Or purple blast attack and defense. So that's strange. So Because I would have thought these guys would have all been Rival Universe specifically, not Universe Survival Saga. So it looks like they're going with a split. I mean, the reason why I find that strange is because Rival Universe is pretty much Universe Survival Saga with the exception of Universe 7 units, right? Okay. I mean, this is honestly probably a better Z ability because you're going to be able to use this guy along with the eventual like UI Goku and stuff like that, Evolution Blue Vegeta, because they're obviously in the Universe Survival Saga, so that's interesting. Unique ability is Cunning Intentions. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a special arts card next, so it draws a green card, activates once. Restores ki by 50 and 40% of damage inflicted. Restoring ki by 50 on switching in is just instantly really good. Like that's pretty powerful. Applies the following effects to self if there is a episode, universe, survival saga, or element purple battle member other than this character in the party when battle starts. 40% damage inflicted, and then reduces damage received by 10%. Dude, this guy's getting so many buffs. He's getting 40% damage inflicted, and he's getting another 40% damage inflicted if you have those either a purple or universe survival saga. Like that's a lot of damage he's getting. Plus, you got to think about his main and everything he's doing. Okay, what's this unique? Poison Specialist. Applies the following effects to enemy when this character lands a strike or blast arts hit while enemies is inflicted by poison or strong poison. Inflicts attribute downgrade minus 50% to key recovery for 10 timer counts. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 10% to all arts cost. And then inflicts attribute downgrade minus 100% to health restoration. That's going to be so annoying. 50% to key recovery is so annoying. Plus, you're also doing 10% to arts cost. Like, if this guy finishes a combo on you and you're poisoned, you're not going to be able to really combo back for like a lot. You're only going to be able to chain together like 3 cards. This guy seems really good. His stats, again, they're not like insane. They're not like a transforming unit's stats, but like this guy I think is going to hit very hard. So that's Lavender. Let's go and talk about Basil. So Basil is a melee type. We know he's going to be a sidestep machine from his Twitter stuff. 248,000 strikes, actually really good. Like that's very high. Then he holds, what is that? Strike damage up. So strike cards with 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when used. That's going to be good because again, sidestepping. Yeah, I'll say so. It looks like there is a Universe 9 tag, but I don't really know if that matters at all because there's nothing that's actually buffing Universe 9. Regular strike, regular blast. Shining Blaster is the blue card. Deals major explode damage and restores own vanishing gauge by 60% on hit. That's pretty good. I mean, like if you get a perfect vanish, okay, we're gonna revisit this after we're done looking at his whole kit. But again, based on the Twitter preview that we saw yesterday, it sounds like this guy's gonna be able to combo for a long time. So if you get a perfect vanish, let's just say, and you start a combo with this guy, and you combo like 3 cards with sidesteps, and then you end it with this blue card, you're pretty much gonna get your vanish back to full. So that's pretty insane. And then we got Danger Doping. Restores on key by 40, already good. I don't even have to read what else it does. It's already good. 40 key restoration is pretty good. 30% of damage inflicted for 40 counts cannot be canceled. That's insane. 40 counts is so long, and 30% is a lot. It's higher than most units get on the green card. Minus 5 to own strike arts cost for 40 counts, and then minus 10 to own blast arts cost for 40 timer counts. Cannot be stacked or canceled. It doesn't say once only for that either. So assuming that those buffs run out, like so let's say you pop the green card, and then 40 timer counts have elapsed since you've popped it. I assume if you pop it again, you're gonna get these effects again because it doesn't say once only. So this is one of the better green. I would say this is one of the better green cards in the entire game. Honestly, it's pretty nuts. All right, so the main ability is Basil the Kicker. Draw a special arts card next, so green card. Okay, so yeah, that's why they made it so good, because they knew that his kit was going to be based off of that, so they made you draw it with the main. That makes sense. 30% to strike damage inflicted for 50 counts, it's a long time, and then 100% to vanish gauge restoration. Sure, yeah, and then it only takes 5 counts for it to activate. Okay, so Yeah, it's not like the most ridiculous main ability ever, but drawing a green card, you saw how ridiculous that green card was. This guy has multiple ways to get his Vanish back. I mean, you can just pop this to get your Vanish back, and you can make use of the blue card, right? And then I assume it's going to be Universe Survival Saga or blue. Strike attack and defense. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Unique ability is Wolf's Kick. Applies the following effects itself when battle starts, plus 60% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled, and increases arch card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled. So if this unique stopped right here, it would already be really damn good. Like this is a good unique ability right here. Okay, let's see what else it does. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Okay. 50% to damage inflicted. And it reduces damage received by 20% for 15 counts. Yeah, this is this is really good. They made this guy quite good. Okay. High speed battle is the other unique. The following effects occur when this character evades an enemy attack with a vanishing step. Restores ki by 40, plus 30% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 15% of damage received for 20 counts, and then seals enemy special move and special arts. Okay, does he do enough? Do you think he does enough? So, okay, let's just recap what I was talking about earlier. So now that we've seen his unique abilities, if you get a perfect Vanish with this guy, assuming you do, he's going to get all those buffs. He's getting 50% damage. He's getting like all the stuff from his green card, assuming you have the green card popped. You're going to be able to restore his Vanishing Gauge, and you're going to be able to, even if you don't have the main ability available, you can restore his Vanishing Gauge via the blue card, because he's going to be sidestepping and comboing so many cards. So this guy seems really good. The only worry I have, cord is being annoying. The only worry that I have with these guys so far, just by looking at the two that I've seen so far, so Basil and Lavender, is that I don't know how tanky they'll be. Maybe they won't be as tanky as I would have liked, but that's not, it's not the worst thing ever, because apparently this guy's going to be the tank, right? Bergamo. So defense type, we saw in the preview that he has a green card that can pretty much just nullify any attack. Reminds me a lot about a lot of green Goku, the Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku from the Android 13 movie, except he can't stop blue cards. And in the preview, we saw this guy's green card was able to stop blue cards. So I don't know. We'll see. Check his limit break stats. For a defense side, this guy actually has pretty decent stats. Those offensive stats are pretty high, and then obviously defensively he's looking pretty good. Keep in mind, again, this is not a transforming unit. Holds a strike and a blast, which is fine. Regular strike, regular blast. Wolfgang Penetrator is the blue card. Deals major impact damage. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received. Nothing crazy there. The green card is Power Capture. So this is what I was talking about. So it nullifies enemy attacks, excluding certain moves like Rising Rush, and the following effects occur when the enemy attacks are nullified. If enemy attack is at close range, they will be knocked back to long range. 50% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, and then it cancels enemies' attribute upgrades, and then it combos with the Strike Blast, special move, or ultimate. So this reminds me a lot of Buhan's Barrier, kind of, because that Buhan's Barrier, I believe, does nullify pretty much every sort of attack except for Rising Rush, if I'm not wrong. And then it also knocks people back. But this guy gets 50% damage inflicted if you get this off. And it cancels attribute upgrades. That's ridiculous. Like this is potentially one of the best green cards in the game. If you can consistently chain this. So that's pretty ridiculous. And then the ultimate card is the Triangle Danger Beam. Deals massive impact damage. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of battle members upon activation. 3 battle members is 70% to ultimate damage inflicted. 2 battle members is 50, and then 1 is 30. So massive damage plus 70% to ultimate damage. That's literally like LF levels of damage. So I guess we'll see how well it's able to synergize with his other stuff going on here. So main ability is Bergamo the Crusher. Draws the ultimate, restores ki by 40, and then cancels own attribute downgrades. Not really insane, right? It's not like, oh my god, this main is broken. But at least drawing the ultimate is, you know, it's fairly powerful because of just how good the ultimate was. And then getting enough key to use it with some left over. And then canceling attribute downgrades is not the worst thing ever, but I wouldn't really call that like anything to write home about. Does he give health? He does give health. Wow, okay. 20% to Universal Cycle or red. Red is interesting. A buff to red health. Huh. Okay. Unique ability, Limitless Power Level. Reduces damage received by 30% when battle starts. Cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle start. Okay. 15 counts elapsed is plus 30% to strike damage inflicted and minus 5 to own arts cost. Okay, it's just strike damage. And then 20 counts is plus 30% to blast damage and increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. 30 counts elapsed, restores health by 30% and 50% to damage inflicted. That's all damage, okay. So after 30 counts, he's able to get his full unique here, which I think is not the worst thing. 30 counts is not that long. So the battle starts 180 counts. So once it goes to 150, this guy will have his full unique here. I've been talking a lot about recently how I thought the meta is really fast, and I think it still is really fast. Like most matches are decided by like 140 counts. So I'm not going to say I dislike this because it's, 30 counts is really not that long to wait, but anything locked behind a certain number of counts you have to wait, I don't think it's ideal, but this certainly looks like a pretty good unique. Alright, you gave me a Mighty Blow, is the other unique ability. Applies the following effects to self every time when hit with an enemy strike, blast, or special move arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. 20% damage inflicted up to 60%, and then 20% to key recovery up to 100%. This reminds me a lot of the purple Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku that really, I think he came out on the Majin Vegeta banner, the Alpha Majin Vegeta banner. He's good, but the problem that I have again with this one is it takes a while to build up to it. And if you're getting comboed, this is the problem I was talking about earlier with this team is if you're getting comboed with this team against while using this team, this is really the only unit that you can use to like eat the damage because both Bergamo or sorry not Bergamo, Lavender and Basil, they seem like they're going to take a lot of damage. So it's hard to tell how well this guy's going to be able to defend, but just based off of his damage reduction buffs he's getting, it seems like he's going to be okay. So we'll see. And then just restores 20% of damage received after enemy's attack is over. That's good. And then reduces damage received by 30% when shooting cover. So he's going to have 60% cover cut because he gets 30% when switching in unconditionally. 60% cover cut's really, really good. Especially when you consider how much defense he has with his stats here. Obviously, this is 14 stars, but I do like Bergamo a lot. I think he is a little slow, but he'll definitely be good enough to, I think, be useful in this meta. It's going to be hard to tell without using him just because there's a lot going on with these guys' kits, but okay, so that's what we have with the new units. Now, there's also the Zenkai EX Nappa. Let's take a look if they have his stuff in here. They do. Okay. Can we see his Zenkai stuff or no? Check limit stats. I don't know if we can. Oh, we can. Okay, so now he's Zenkai, right? 267,000 strike. That's quite good, but his blast attack is literally non-existent. Strike defense is so much lower than blast defense. What is that? Okay. So Giant Storm deals major explode damage, 15% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts upon activation. And then inflicts enemy that would downgrade plus 30% to self-destruct damage received. Yeah, self-destruct damage received. Okay, wonderful. And then the green card is 15% to damage inflicted for 25 counts, and then reduces damage received by 15% for 25 counts. Okay, not the worst. Main ability is Outrageous Health. Draws a strike card, restores key by 30, and then 50% to key recovery. Drawing a strike card is actually pretty good, but I don't know. The 30 key is nice. I don't know how much I like the 50% key recovery. It's fine, but I would have preferred just a damage buff instead of that, I think. Z ability is probably one of the worst in the game. I was actually wondering if they would change this for the first time, but it looks like they did not. And then Zenkai ability is Red Extreme, which is strike attack and strike defense, which is fine. Unique abilities, so 20% of damage inflicted if a tag Saiyan or tag a Frieza Force other than this character is a battle member. Not hard to do at all. The next one is 20% of strike damage inflicted from battle start for 60 counts. And then you reduce damage received from self-destructs by 50%. And then 20% of damage inflicted for 20 counts after enemy attack is over. Okay. So whenever he takes damage from the enemy, he gets 20% damage inflicted. That's pretty good. Okay, so now the new uniques. Who do I kill first? Applies the following effects to self every time when faced with an enemy. So whenever this guy switches in, whenever an enemy switches out, stuff like that. 15% of strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and then reduces damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. Okay. Nothing like absolutely eye-bulgingly crazy, but solid. And the last unique is Insurmountable Ultra Power. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a strike card next. Okay, that's good. I like the fact that he's drawing cards just through different means of him being used. So, like, literally from just entering the battlefield, he draws a strike card. You pop his main ability, he's drawing a strike card. So that's nice. He doesn't have card draw speed built into his kit, but he has other ways to draw cards, which is good. 30% of damage inflicted for 20 counts. So he's a lot of different ways to get damage buffs as well. Then he gains attribute upgrade minus 15% to enemies sustained damage cut effects for 15 counts. I think this guy's going to hit pretty hard. I do. So let's just count the damage buffs. So that's 30 from that. That's 15. That's 45 in total. And then he gets 65 from that. Plus if he gets hit, he gets another 20. That's 85. And then he gets another 20 if you're fighting with a Saiyan or Frieza Force, which is very easy. So that's 105. And then he just gets a lot of key recovery and draws cards. So I mean, this guy actually seems pretty good. The strike attack stat's very high, but he's going to be doing almost no blast damage. That's the trade-off. But that's Nappa. I think I'll do a showcase on him first tonight. I did actually see that there was. This is actually very, very exciting. This is the team I'm going to be using for Nappa, by the way. Just a preview. I have it set up here already. Let's just see if we can access this archive. Oh, this is a new equip right here. I didn't realize this. So Universe 6 and Universe 7. Is this? Yeah, so this is most likely the PvP equipment this season. So it's Rival Universe. And it's, oh wow. Strike attack, blast attack, and health. That's really good. You're gonna want to farm up a lot of these. I'm telling you right now. Once we get like UI Goku and Jiren and Evolution Blue Vegeta, like this is gonna be one of the main equips you want to be using. It's really good. Health is always really good to have. But enough about that. Let's take a look at this. Yes, finally the LF Frieza unique equip. Wow, what a great show. Okay, let's break this down. So, special move damage 5 to 15, ultimate damage 5 to 15. Really good. And the reason why this is so good is because he holds a blue card, so you're going to be spamming those special moves. So I'm really happy they did that. And I'm actually really happy that they also gave this a much more heavy focus with defense. So slot 2 is base strike defense and blast defense 8 to 15. And then slot 3 is 5 to 8% to strike and blast defense per tag, Frieza Force, or Lineage of Evil. That's a pure buff. That is slot 3. That is not base defense. That is just defense. So this equip combines base strike and defense in slot 2 with the pure buff in slot 3. People are going to look at this equip and think it's bad. I'm telling you right now, LF Frieza is a tank. He reduces damage received. He's healing. The only thing I would have wished that they did with this equip is maybe tacked health on somewhere. But, I mean, I think this is a really good equip. I think people are going to underrate this immediately. So, really, really big fan of this. I'm definitely farming a Z up of this if it kills me. 100%. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we have to cover tonight for the data download. Again, I'm going to probably be doing my Nappa showcase first. Then I'm going to be doing summons. And then I don't know if I'm going to time after that to then do showcases on the dogs. I'll probably do the dogs tomorrow. But yeah, you guys can let me know down below what you think of the new units. If you guys are pulling, I wish you luck, but I assume most of you probably are not pulling. And also keep in mind, we do have missions coming for the units, like the Trunks and Goten missions, where if you pull one of each of the unit, you will have the option to use, I think it was 2,000 crystals for each unit to get, I think it was 1,200 Z-Power plus 500 multi-Z-Power of the same color that the unit is. So, again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.